Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips with our brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Taking a go out today, see things came out today, see things are on sale. Now today though, new release-wise, one of the big things that's coming out today is the Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife. And with that one, there's going to be the Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook, and I'm actually going to have a look at this one at the end of this video, a closer look, and there's also going to be a really cool unboxing as well that goes along with this. A cool thing I'm going to be showing you guys that I'll be unboxing at the end of this video as well. But this one is the Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook of, like I said, the Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife. And then, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I'm very dyslexic, so I'm always mixing up the order of this title. But it's the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. And then also, though, the first Hitman's Bodyguard film, the Hitman's Bodyguard, that one is being released on 4K as well, and a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook today as well. And I'll be showing you guys a closer look at this one as well at the end of this video. Also, though, there's going to be a couple of different horror films that's releasing today. I think there's one called like Stay Out of the Basement or Stay Out of the Attic. I can't remember if it's basement or attic. I think it's something like that. I know that was releasing today, and I think there might have been one or two other things as well that are coming out. But and also though, at the end of this video is going to be a whole bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for those. And as always, too, let me know what you guys thought of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I reviewed. If you guys have seen them, what you guys thought of them, and also if you guys plan on picking any of them up. But anyway, though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. Well, we'll head over here and check in the front and see. I feel like they might have this stuff out here in the front, but today, though, I got a really, really late start. It's just about 4 o'clock right now, so we'll see if it changes for them having more stuff out and everything, especially when we go over to Walmart and everything. But let's see. I do see one of the new things today. Like I was saying, the big thing that came out today was the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. That one released today. And like I was saying, I'm going to have a look at the Steelbooks at the end of the video. Look at those, as well as a really cool unboxing as well that goes along with the film. But definitely a very fun movie. But that's $22.99 for the Blu-ray. I don't see the 4K or DVD right here in the front. We'll see if those are in the actual section or anything like that. But other than that, though, here in the front, it seems to be all the same stuff and everything. Let's see, I don't see anything else randomly over here. You never know. Like I always say, I always check on the sides here just in case. Oh yeah, randomly down here. Now see, you have to check. For some reason, the Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife 4K is down here, but it says down there like it's not even that movie. It's like Cowboy Bebop and then something else there. So they're in the wrong spot. It's just so weird how they like randomly put them down there when you would think they should be like right there or right there or something like that. But we'll go over to the actual section though and see what they have over there. And like I said, fingers crossed, hopefully they have some of the stuff out over there as well, because I know there should be a couple other things. Same with Walmart today. They're always so weird with having stuff on the shelves lately, but there should be a couple things there today, especially one horror movie, which I would love to find, but we'll see if they have it out though. Yeah, but taking a look over here in the actual section, though, they do have out the other Hitman's Wife's over here. Like they have the DVD here for $19.99, and like I was saying, the Blu-ray is $22.99, the 4K is $26.99. This is another one that came out today. This movie with John Malkovich and Tyrese Gibson. I don't know anything about this film here called A Rogue Hostage. If you guys have seen this one, let me know if this one is worth checking out. But that one is $17.96 for $17.99 for that one. Also, I think NCIS, the 18th season released. Also, this is one of the other ones that came out today. This one here called The Waterman, and I'll have a link for a review for this one at the end of this video, and that one's $14.99 for the Blu-ray of that one. And also though, A Discovery of Witches season 2, that released today as well. I'll be talking about this as well, and that one is $23.99 for that one. Let's see if there's anything else randomly over here. That's Luca. Sometimes there's some stuff over here on the side, like Afraid of the Dark, that was last week. Let's see, I don't see anything else over here as far as I can tell. Nothing else different here mixed in. One thing I wanted to mention too, did you guys hear? I had no idea until recently that the new Hotel Transylvania, the 4th film, Adam Sandler and Kevin James both didn't come back to do the voices on it. So I had no idea about that one, and now it's been bought by Amazon. So it's going to go straight to Amazon streaming, the 4th film, which I like these films. They're fun series, but it's so weird that Adam Sandler, because that's like his series, and it's like he was producer on it and everything. So very strange what happened with that. But other than that though, in here I don't see anything else different here as far as I can tell though. Yeah, but like I was saying though, I definitely got a really late start today and everything, but gonna head over to, Walmart next, and hopefully though they'll have stuff out. I kind of doubt it though, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to another one today or not, because it's very, like I said, it's very late, and it's like that one road to the other Walmart is like the worst traffic in the entire planet when you go at certain times, and it's that time right now because I got such a late start and everything. Just so much stuff with planning on these films and stuff like that. So it's just like a lot of stuff going on and everything like that. Because not this week, but next Thursday is when I start shooting the Amityville Karen film. So there's a lot of stuff for that to take care of. And, you know, I got all the locations booked and all that kind of stuff, but just lots of little things. But if any of you guys still are interested in finding out more about the Amityville Karen film and stuff too, like send me a message on Facebook. We have like, I didn't do like an Indiegogo for the film, but I've done perks and stuff like that. So there's producer perks and things like that if you were interested for that film. So you guys can message me on Facebook for that. But gonna head over now to, you know, to Walmart. Like I said, fingers crossed, maybe they'll have some of the stuff out today. We will see though. Into Walmart we go. Yeah, well, take a look. Here's the big sign for it, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. And like, here's all the spots for it. And then you see all the places for them, like $19.96 for the Blu-ray, $24.96 for the 4K. And you see, let's see what other stuff is here. Like, these are all the same stuff from last week. Or anything new down there? No. So nothing new, but the spots are here. But it's like I said, I'm not gonna lie, it's incredibly tiresome that it's like this every week. And I just keep coming in here and everything. And it's always like this. And let's see, so these all the new stuff here, like, no, they're still not out. These are from a couple weeks ago, and they're still not out yet. Like, you know, Seance, still not out, Tailgate, Lucky, you know, it's just crazy. But these ones were today, though. This was a new one from Shadow Vampire. That was one from Vestron Video. That released today. Shook, that was another one today. That was one I was interested in. That was one I was going to buy if they had it. I might ask them if it's in a box. Sometimes they have things sitting in a box somewhere. But other than that, though, that's the only stuff that I see different here, you know, that would have been out. I might be able to go this other way and go to one other Walmart and see, but I don't know. I'm going to see if they might have them in a box or anything like that to see, because there's literally nothing out today at all. Sometimes back here, they have like a bunch of boxes of stuff, and sometimes there's stuff are like in there, and that's probably where it is. But I don't see that one guy. There's one guy that would usually like help, but see all these boxes here? This is probably where it would be, like in those, maybe, I really don't know. But it's just crazy that none of them were out. There's one guy though that I ask him here sometimes, and he like looks and everything, but no, just crazy, like that nothing on the shelves whatsoever though. Into the second Walmart we go. And the reason why too I came over to this other Walmart is because this is the one that's right next to the Best Buy. So this is the one that I like when a lot of times when I'm gonna go to a second one, that's what I'll do, because it's right next to it. But we'll see, you know, what's in there. And like I said, this one I've seen usually has out the new stuff. A lot of times, not always though. A lot of times it's like later in the week, but we'll see. Hopefully they got the stuff out. But like I said, fingers crossed. And yeah, in here today, luckily enough, they have out most of the stuff. They didn't have the one thing I was looking for, that movie called Shook, but they do have a bunch of stuff, like After the End. That was one of the things that released today. That one's $12.99 for this one. There's a new edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which has the magical movie mode. That one's $12.99. That released today. They have Rogue Hostage here for $19.99. The Waterman here is $14.96 for Blu-ray, $12.96 for DVD. They also have in here the last ever, the last movie that DMX did, called Fast Vengeance, and that one is in here today as well for $14.96. There's also one down here for Bram Stoker's Van Helsing for $9.96. The Unthinkable here for $9.96. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk over the music in here, but this is one of the other ones here today. Absolution, Hitman Story. This one is $14.96 for that one. But over here though in the actual section, like I was saying, I didn't see any of the other stuff. I didn't see Shook. I didn't see that Don't Go in the, like I said, it's either Don't Go in the Basement or Don't Go in the Attic. That was one of the other ones that was today, and I don't even see a spot for that one. I feel like they would have had that, but they maybe just didn't change out this actual section to the newer things, because I'm pretty sure they would have had that, but I don't know if there's any other boxes or anything like that where they could possibly have had it, because like I said, I don't see the spot for that one or anything like that. But other than that though, that seems to be all the different things I see in here today. But we'll see. That one, that Don't Go in the House or Attic one, that one might be, they might possibly have the Blu-ray of that one in, Best Buy. I don't think they'll have Shook though, since it's only on DVD, so they probably won't have that one. But like I said, I should check to see, just in case it's like somewhere else in here. But this is an interesting thing. It's like a reissue here of Hellraiser. I've never seen this edition here. It's from Paramount here. So Paramount re-released the Hellraiser collection on DVD here. So it's funny, Paramount owns these movies, so I wonder if they're gonna do like a, down the line, a box set. I don't know if it's the first 6 movie or the later movies in there, but that's interesting. That's definitely a new set. Some of these are newer collections that I don't recall seeing. There's a couple random ones mixed in here. I know I've not seen. Definitely that Hellraiser one. At least I don't remember seeing that. And same with this Snowpiercer one collection here. I don't remember this one with Lion. So yeah, there's definitely a couple different ones in here today, though. But now gonna head over to Best Buy. And like I said, I like this one over here for this Walmart, because as you see, they had, for the most part, a lot of stuff out in that location, much more than the other one that didn't have anything whatsoever. I ended up ordering that Shook movie off of Amazon, because I figured if they didn't have it there, there's no place for it. The other location, as you see, after like 3 weeks or something, still didn't put out some of those new releases. Like I always wonder too, like I said in the past, is there like in these Walmarts, is there just like boxes of stuff sitting in the back of Walmart that they never put out, and then they're going to go straight to the Dollar Tree because the movies didn't sell? And that's what I feel bad for, you know, just knowing about the distribution thing. These movies that are sitting, and it's hurting the filmmakers. So these movies are not going out on the shelf. So it sucks, you know what I mean, for people in that aspect, that all these movies are just sitting in the back or whatever's going on, not selling, getting sent back, and then end up in the Dollar Tree. So it's annoying, you know, in that kind of standard. But, you know, we'll see, though, what goes on with them in the future. I hope they start getting stuff out in all the stores, because it just sort of seems to be this big thing now with Walmart, and just, out of all the stores, they're the worst of not having the stuff out. At least this one was, like I said, better. First one, though, was horrible, though. I know, but I feel like every Tuesday it's like, you know, talking about Walmart and how they don't have the stuff out. But the thing is, though, it is what's happening, so I figured might as well just bring light to it. And everyone else is saying in the comments it seems to be happening. But heading into Best Buy now, though, and hopefully we'll see what they got out. And taking a look in here, though, this is one of the things that came out today, and I didn't realize it was actually on anything but DVD for some reason. I don't know why. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the Magical Movie Vote version, the Blu-ray is $14.99. There's a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook version as well here, a really cool Steelbook for this one for $31.99 for that one. Other than that, though, this is the first time I've actually seen this in here for $24.99, the Howard the Duck 4K Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. That's definitely a cool Steelbook for this one. Like I said, it's the first time I've seen that one in person. Other than that, though, on the other side back here, they do have the Hitman's Bodyguard, $21.99 for the Blu-ray, $30.99 for the 4K, and then here's the Steelbook version here. Like I said, I'm going to show this one close to the end of this video, and then $19.99 for the 4K of the original film. Other than that, though, right here in the front, they have Rogue Hostage here for $16.99. Let's head over to the actual section, though, here and see if there's anything else different over here. Let's see, they have Till Death, and I believe that was last Tuesday. And there are some empty spots here, like Hitman's Wife, Luca, that was a couple weeks ago. Other than that, though, right here in the front, I'm not seeing anything else, and I'm not seeing that Don't Go in the Attic or Basement one, unless it's, oh no, here it is. This is the one that I was talking about, Stay Out of the Attic. And I think the real title is like Stay Out of the Effing Attic or something like that. I think I saw online that was the title for this one, I believe so. But I might get this one for only $12.99 for that one. I think I'll get this one. This was out last Tuesday. And this also released today, Discovery of Witches here, and that one's $22.99 for that one. And I think this might have been today from Mill Creek, this Gridman, the Hyper Agent. I think so, this was today. And that was $28.99 for that one. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Oh, Occupation Rainfall, that one released today as well, and that one is $15.99 for that one. Let's see, anything else down over here, but no, I don't see anything else over here in this spot, though, as far as I can tell, though. But at least I found this one somewhere today, because this is one of the ones that I wanted. I also ordered that movie Shook, though, as well. Like I said, I got that on Amazon. But yeah, like I was saying, though, I ended up getting that to Stay Out of the Attic. And like I said, when I was looking this up, I think the title is like Stay Out of the Effing Attic or something like that. I think that's like the real title for the movie, but they ended up changing it, you know, when they released it and everything. But I've discovered too, and I've known this for a while, and it's kind of the kiss of death. If a movie only gets released on DVD, I don't know if you guys have picked up on that too, Best Buy won't carry it. So it's basically, they're only carrying something that's available on Blu-ray. So for the most part, except for maybe some kids movies and stuff like that, they don't carry something if it's only on DVD. And there anymore at all. So that's kind of the thing I noticed. So that's why when it comes to a lot of the indie movies like that, for example, Shook, which only got released on DVD, the only place you can physically find it in person anymore, for the most part, is Walmart. That's it. That's why I always go there, though, too. And people wonder, why do you keep going back there? It's because they're one of the few places that carry a lot of the indie movies, and stuff that I really like, and a lot of stuff that I act in, stuff too. They're the ones that carry it, so I kind of have to go there to find it or show you guys it and everything. But, you know, hopefully at some point things get better in Walmart and they start to all get this stuff together again, because it didn't used to be like that. It only started like in the last couple months and stuff, and it's like always this new subject of Walmart and everything. But like I always say, guys, if you guys enjoy these DVD Tuesday shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for all the support, guys. Also, though, let me know in the comments below anything new that you guys have watched on streaming, or any new films that you guys have seen in theaters, if you guys went to theaters and saw anything new. And also, too, let me know what you guys saw of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I reviewed at the end of this video. If you guys have seen them, what you guys thought of them. Also, if you guys plan on picking any of them up. And as well, too, let me know anything new. Like I think I said what you guys picked up, if you guys picked up anything new today as well. But anyway, though, guys, thanks again for watching and subscribing. Now stay tuned for the brand new reviews. And the first one I got here is from Arrow Video. It's a movie here called The Brotherhood of Satan. This is one that I had never seen before. This was an interesting movie. This one was from 1970. And it was funny, the dad in here too, like the father in the movie, he really had this, like, you know, Mike Brady kind of, you know, the dad from the Brady Bunch kind of look. And everybody kind of had like a Brady Bunch kind of look. Because I don't know, it's something about this. It was like real season 1 Brady Bunch, which was 1969. So this was probably shot in like around 69 is when this was probably filmed. So I don't know, it had like a real Brady Bunch kind of look, especially, like I said, the father in this movie. But it's basically, though, about this family that's going through this small town, and it's like they end up like seeing this, like, there was like an accident on the side of the road, and you saw like this bus, and you saw something terrible had happened, and then like they go to the town and trying to tell them about what they had seen. There was an accident, you know, something bad had happened, and the cops are acting really strange. The one cop like pulls a gun on them. Then the whole town kind of comes out and starts acting really strange. And it's basically they end up leaving, getting away, and then they end up seeing this kid in the middle of the road. And then like they, you know, swerve off the road to get away from the kid and end up crashing into this, you know, pole. And they basically end up trapped out there trying to figure out what's going on in this town. It's just something, you know, you basically, it's throughout this movie as it goes along, you figure out exactly what's going on in this town. But it's got that kind of vibe of like, you know, like this was way, way before, but it has like sort of like a feel of those small town movies like Children of the Corn and like Race with the Devil and those kind of ones where it has that kind of feel to it. But this one has on here, though, feature-wise, this has a brand new commentary track on here by the writers Kim Newman and Sean Hogan. Has on here Satanic Panic, How the 1970s Conjured the Brotherhood of Satan, a visual essay on here, the Children of Satan exclusive new interview on here with the actors, 2 of the actors in the film, original trailers, TV and radio spots, has an image gallery on this one. I'll show you guys, though, a look inside here as well. Here's the reversible artwork on this one, and here's a look, though. It has a booklet in here with some pictures from the film, stuff about the productions and stuff like that. Let's see, is there a picture of the dad in here? You can kind of see you know, Mike Brady. Like, there's better shots and stuff when you see him in the movie, but I just kept thinking that when I was watching it. But no, this was a really cool one. If you guys have never seen this one, would definitely recommend you guys check this one out. The other one here too from Arrow Video, and this is the brand new 4K Ultra HD edition here of Dario Argento's, and I believe this was the Dario Argento's second feature film that he had done, but I might be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was. But this is the Cat of Nine Tails, and this is the 4K Ultra HD edition here, you know, of the film. Now, the one thing, though, to keep in mind, though, with this edition is, you see 4K up here, is it only includes the 4K version of the film. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't include a Blu-ray version. It only has the 4K. So only get this particular version if you guys have 4K capacities. But this movie is basically, though, about like something going on at this research lab. And it's kind of about these 2 investigating what had happened there. And like something bad had happened there. And then these other murders are happening. It's a giallo film. Always really like this one. It's one of the ones, too, that you don't hear about as much when it comes to the, you know, the Argento films and everything. But these has like lobby cards in here. And then it says in the back, the poster artwork. And then in here, too, it has like a little ad to the alternate, an ad for the Bird for the Crystal Plumage. And this one, Plumage, this one came out, I believe, like a couple weeks ago. That one released on 4K. It's really cool to see so many Argento ones getting 4K releases. It also has in here too a mini poster as well as a double-sided poster. So it has the brand new artwork on here as well as the original artwork as well for the film. And then also it has a booklet in here you know, with some stuff about the film, the production, stills, all that kind of stuff here as well. And then on here, though, feature-wise, what it has on here, though, is a brand new 4K restoration on here. Great transfer on this one. It has on here, though, restored original lossless mono, Italian, and English language soundtracks on here. Has on here a commentary track on here with film critics on here, interview on here with the co-writer, interview on here with one of the actresses, original Italian, international, and U.S. theatrical trailers on this one. It has a double-sided poster, which I showed you guys on here as well. Now, the next ones here, these ones are both, these ones are all from Lionsgate, and I have some really cool things to show you guys. Now, the first ones here, these are the Best Buy exclusive steelbooks for the film, and I also have an unboxing for the newest film. I have no idea what's in this box. I didn't see anyone else unbox this on video or anything like that yet, so I don't know what's in this box at all. But these are the brand new, you know, these are the Best Buy exclusive steelbooks here for the Hitman's Wife Bodyguard here, and this is the 4K Ultra HD edition here of the film. And then the newest film, the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard here, which is the follow-up film. The first film was from 2017, I believe it was from, and the newest film, which has just released. And if you guys have not seen these films, you know, they star, Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds is this, like, kind of like a bodyguard, and Samuel Jackson's character is a hitman. He has to be his bodyguard for him. So, like, a hitman needs a bodyguard because of people that are coming after him. And it's kind of like they end up in this whole situation of problems after problems after problems. And then the sequel is, you know, Ryan Reynolds' character dealing with what happened in the first movie, and he's now trying to get away from everything, trying to, you know, basically try and fix his life after what he had went through. And then Selma Hayek's character comes to Ryan Reynolds and says that she needs help. And then the person that ends up needing help is Samuel Jackson's character again, and it becomes this whole big thing of them having to work together again. But really fun follow-up film. But I'm going to show you guys, though, a closer look at these steelbooks here. Like I said, these are Best Buy exclusive steelbooks for the films here, and they're both the 4K editions. And I'll show you guys, though, a look inside. Here's a look, though, at the discs in here. Here's a look at the back, and then behind each disc, you see, you know, Samuel Jackson back there, and then Ryan Reynolds here, and then I'll show you guys, though, a look at the sequel here as well. And like I said, I also have an unboxing, a big box here that I don't know what's in it at all. Like I was saying, sometimes I've seen, like, you know, people's other unboxings beforehand, so it's like not really a surprise. Like with this box, it's a total surprise. And here's a look, though, at the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Now this one has on here, though, a bunch of featurettes on the film. It has a gag reel, theatrical trailers on set here on the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. And here's a look inside. And then, you know, when you open it up like this, here's the discs, here's the back of the steelbooks, and I'll show you guys behind the discs here as well. You can see Selma Hayek and then Samuel Jackson here. And Morgan Freeman is also in the new film as well. But really fun movies. If you guys have never seen these ones, definitely worth checking out. And I'll show you guys, though, as well, like I was saying, this big box for the film. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. See this box here, like I was saying? This enormous box, like I said, I have no clue what's inside of here. And Lionsgate sent this over to show you guys, so we'll see what's in here. I did not peek or anything. You see all this, like, confetti kind of stuff in here. So let's see, what is this? So it's like it's like some kind of like is this like a desk? No, it's like a, sort of like a Rice Krispie, I think it's like a Rice Krispie thing covered in like fondant or something like that. I think that's what it is, some kind of a Rice Krispie. What is this? Is this like a Rice, yeah, it's like a Rice Krispie thing, you know, covered with that. Let's see. And then it says Bodyguard of the Year. Oh, it's an award. So it's a Bodyguard. That's what it is. A Bodyguard of the Year award, you know, made out of Rice Krispies. And it says my name on here, Sean C. Phillips. So that's what it is. It's an award. So that's funny here. And then let's see. The other thing in here is like, you're a winner. Congratulations, you've been selected the recipient of the AAA's Bodyguard of the Year award. We hope you enjoy this small token of our appreciation for your hard work and sacrifice of the duty. It's your time to shine, so brag. And it says like what's in here, you know, what's included inside. It has like a wine gift card, stuff like that. I'll show you guys, though, what's in here. So it has it has like pepper, so it has like maximum strength pepper spray in here. Do not, be careful like with this, like don't have this accidentally open. Let's see. And then there's like a booklet in here, like a special edition Bodyguard. Oh, so it's like, no, inside of here, it opens up like this. Then inside, it's a flask. So inside of here is a flask in here, you know, for the film. and then also a gift card for Total Wine. So it's I think it's a $25 gift card for Total Wine. So that's interesting. I might be able to use some of that wine because I'm doing a movie that acts right now that takes place at a winery. So I need wine kind of stuff, honestly, for that, so I can use that towards that. So that's cool. And I like that, though, a book with a hidden flask inside of it. And then let's see what else is in here. This is all like this, the packing stuff and everything. But they also another copy in here as well of the Hitman's Bodyguard, his wife, the 4K Ultra HD Steelbook here as well. But really cool unboxing here. Yeah, this stuff's all just paper and everything, but definitely really cool. I love this award in there, and then the book with the hidden flask thing in there. That's definitely very cool. And the next one I got here is from Lionsgate as well. It's a movie here called Finding You. This one is basically, though, about this girl that had, like, she's going to be a violinist, and she was going to, like, the school, like, the conservatory to try and get into the school and everything. And she ended up not getting in. And it was kind of like, it was going to be, like, just about her last chance to get into the school. She had, like, one more shot after this, and then she wouldn't be able to try out anymore. So she kind of decides she needs to get away, to kind of go and kind of practice, to kind of clear her head and everything. So she goes to take this trip to Ireland. And it's basically, though, about when she's on a trip to Ireland, she ends up getting like bumped up to first class because they're like, oh, there's actually more seats in first class. You know, there's an extra one if you'd like to move, and she ends up getting moved to first class. She ends up getting this, sitting next to this one guy and everything, on the plane and everything. And she finds out though that the guy is on a show, kind of like a Game of Thrones kind of show, or Game of Thrones, like it's not like a Game of Thrones, but like a Game of Thrones kind of like film series type thing, dragon, some of those dragon type films and evil type films kind of stuff. And he's like the star of those movies, and he's going to Ireland to do another of the films, but she ends up sitting next to him on the plane, and they kind of like, they start talking and everything, and it's essentially though about her kind of bumping into him again, when they're there, because he's like staying at the same bed and breakfast that she's like staying at, and it becomes this whole thing about them kind of liking each other, and kind of like what goes on and everything. But a really, really well done movie. On here though, it has some featurettes on the film, an image gallery, as well as a theatrical trailer on this one. The next one here is from Lionsgate as well. This is one here called Notourous Nick, and this one has in here as Kevin Pollak is in the movie. This is basically about a guy who is trying to get into, training to be a mixed martial artist, fighter, and but he has, he was born without part of his arm, so he has part of his arm, missing. So it's him going and wanting to fight and everything. But so it's kind of about what he goes through and the whole, him trying to move up the ladder and everything and doing this, and then kind of like people who are giving him grief and kind of the problems that he's coming across and everything, and just him trying to excel in this and showing that he can do this and everything. And it's a really, really well done character piece film. I thought this was really, really well acted and everything on here. Like I said, this one has Kevin Pollak in the movie, Cody Christensen, but really, really well done one here. Like I said, this one is called Notorious Nick. The other one here, and this is a sequel, and I'm not sure if I can't tell for sure if I've seen the original one or not for this movie, but it's a movie here called Occupation Rainfall, and this is basically, though, it's like an end of the world. It's like set in Australia, I think it was Australia where it was, but it's an end of the world film, and it's basically, though, like, because like I said, it follows up after the first film, and it was basically about these aliens that had come to Earth, taken over, and it's essentially about the survivors of the, that are having, it's kind of like, has like an Independence Day kind of feel to it, like the aliens from Independence Day that were coming to Earth, and it has that kind of vibe, almost like, when Independence Day, like if the aliens had like taken over and like really like taken control, that's kind of what it'd be like. And it's essentially, though, they're trying to work together to figure out how to survive and kind of keep things going, and then they're working with these other aliens to try and fight them and everything. But it's a well done, fun film, great effects and everything on this one here. Has on here, though, feature wise, it has a bunch of different commentary tracks on here. It has a Sydney Escape featurette, deleted scenes on here with optional audio commentary on here with the director for this one. The next one here is from Warner Brothers. They sent out a free copy of this one to let you guys know this one is available. This is a cool, re-release here. It's only on DVD for this, but it's the 2-disc set. Includes the original version of the film, then it includes a magic version of the film, which is like magical movie mode version, and this is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm not sure if they're going to do like other, like this for the other movies or not, but it's basically what it is it's like, almost like pop-up video, essentially. So the version of it, you watch it like throughout the movie, pop-up trivia facts, stuff about the wands in the film, stuff about the inside information about the characters, and it goes to certain times when it has like deleted scenes. It has inside information on the making of kind of things, behind the scenes type stuff like that in here, just behind the scenes facts and stuff like that. Just an interesting, different way to watch the film here. Like I said, this is the brand new edition here, which includes the magical movie mode of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The next ones here, these are both from Paramount. These are ones that I wanted the guys know were available. And both of these are from the Paramount Presents line. And the first one here, this is number 22 in the line. And this one is 24 in the line. But this is the movie here. It stars Elizabeth Taylor, Montgomery Clift, and Shelley Winters, called A Place in the Sun. What I really like, too, about the Paramount Presents line, too, is that they open up like this. And then it has like the original poster artwork for the movie. And then it's in a clear case. And inside, too, it has like a kind of like... it does, yeah, it usually has like a quote, like this one has a quote from "He took all his time to tell the story and let it breathe" from Leonard Maltin. So it usually has like a quote inside from the film, or like something like a quote from a review and things like that. But on here, though, feature-wise, this has a brand new filmmaker focus with Leonard Maltin talking about the film on here, and then it has a George Stevens on, and his place in the sun, a commentary on here with George Stevens and Ivan Moffat, as well as George Stevens, filmmaker who knew him, and a theatrical trailer on this one. The other one here from the Paramount Presents line, this is number 24. This is the Robert Altman film Nashville. It also says, too, like on the bottom, too, the year the movie was released, 1975. They're saying this is number 24. This one has on here, though, 24 tracks, Robert Altman's Nashville. It has a commentary track on here with Robert Altman, as well as a theatrical trailer on this one. And inside here, too, here's a look, though, at the original poster artwork for the film. And here's a look, though, inside for this one. And this one has on here, though, Robert Altman has a quote on here. "My objective was to take this particular element, this country western, populist music, and just put this into Paranorma? I'm like saying this one word totally wrong. I do not know. But I'm saying that quote totally wrong. I'm not getting his quote correctly. The next two ones here are both from RLJ Entertainment. And the first one here, this is one I had not seen the first season of this show. So I can't really explain this too well. I remembered hearing about this one, because this has Teresa Palmer, but I never saw the first season. It's kind of like a witch kind of show. And it's basically about these characters that are stuck in time. And they're trying to figure out exactly how they're going to get back to the present time. They're kind of stuck back in time, and they kind of have like characters kind of coming after them and everything. And like I said, it deals with witches and spells and magic and stuff like that. And this is Discovery of Witches season 2 here. And like I said, this stars Teresa Palmer. And this has on here, though, feature-wise, the Discovery Witches featurette, Can Love Survive featurette, as well as Creating Elizabeth London featurette on this one here as well. But like I said, I have not seen the first season of this show, so I don't know everything that's going on. But from what I saw, though, that's basically what I to explain it to you guys. And the next one I got here is from RLJ Entertainment as well. It's a movie here called The Waterman. And this one stars David Oyelowo as well as Rosario Dawson. And this is basically, though, about this kid, whose mother, played by Rosario Dawson, is, really sick. She's really not doing well. And it's basically, he has heard this tale around the town and everything where they're living about this character called the Waterman that's like lives out in the woods everywhere. And kind of like this kid, has heard about this, and he comes up with the idea that he really wants to try and like find the Waterman. He kind of believes that if he finds the Waterman will be able to help his mother, and his mother will be okay. And basically, the Waterman will like cure his mother. And he ends up meeting this one girl out there, and it's basically, though, about him going like on this a journey, going out into the middle of the woods, out into this forest and everything like that, trying to find the Waterman and everything. But it's a really, really well done, very, very sad film, but really, a great character piece here, great acting on here. This has on here, though, feature-wise, the Making of Waterman, animation behind the scenes, Toronto International Film Festival Q&A, as well as a filmmaker's commentary on this one here as well. The next one here, this is one that I was really excited about when I heard this was coming out to Blu-ray. The one thing, though, that is a shame about this, and honestly, I hope that they're just release this again, the unrated cut of this movie, or the R-rated cut of this movie, because that's the cut of the movie which is the one that I think most people know. Because this is a movie here called Saving Silverman, which stars Jason Biggs, Steve Zahn, Jack Black, and Amanda Peet. And this is always, honestly, my sort of favorite Jack Black movie. Even though Jack Black has been in movies that were better than this, I always loved him in this film because he plays really obsessively crazy, and I just love this movie. Like I said, though, I'm I'm honestly, it's a shame that this is the PG-13 cut of this film. I really hope that we'll get an R-rated cut of this on Blu-ray, because I don't even know if they remembered. Because see, this movie was released on, in theaters as a PG-13 cut, and it was cut down for theaters. Then when it came out to DVD, they released the R-rated version, and that kind of like replaced it, and then like the PG-13 cut was kind of thrown out, because everything too, the director was always saying, I hated that PG-13 cut on the commentary track and everything. It was kind of like they changed something, and they like reshot some scenes in this version and everything. Still, I'm really glad it's on Blu-ray, but it's basically about Jason Biggs' character is falling in love with Amanda Peet's character, and his friends like hate her, and they want her to, him to get away from her and everything. It's a great movie. Still, like I said, really glad it's on Blu-ray. I took inside though, I took the case and I put the old DVD in here because I'm like, I gotta keep the old DVD, with the R-rated cut of this one. The next one here is from Magnolia's Magnet line. It's a movie here called The Unthinkable. This was an interesting movie because it's one of those films where it starts off in one way about this guy and his kind of relationship and like kind of things that are going on, in his life. Like it was like stuff with his mother, and his mother had died and everything. And it's kind of like it starts off in this one way when it's kind of like it's sort of following him because he goes back to his old house where he used to live for his mother's funeral and everything. And it's kind of like I said, it starts off in one way, and then it cuts to like right after something bad had happened, and then it becomes like there was a disaster that happened, in Sweden. It's like under attack and everything. It's essentially though like the survival movie about him trying to figure out how he's going to survive and trying to get away and everything. And it's like back, like I said, back in his hometown and everything. It's an interesting movie how it starts off in one way and then goes in this total like disaster kind of level of all these kind of things. It was an interesting way to do it. It has on here though deleted scenes on here, some featurettes on the film, like on the movie, the actors, the journey, stunts on here, as well as the visual effects on this one. The next one here as well is one that I was really interested in seeing, mainly because this has on here, her name is Ahara Guerrero, is her name on Instagram, but it's Gigi, Guerrero. She's on Instagram, and I've like followed her forever, and she's directs a lot of films and things like that. But she's in the film. It's a movie here called Fun House. This also has Skarsgård's brother on here, Walter Skarsgård, who looks a lot like Bill Skarsgård. I think they're probably around a similar age. He might be like a little younger. I can't tell. I think he might be slightly younger. But this is basically though that group of people who are kind of like social media kind of people. I think some of them might have been actors, and some of them were on like reality shows, and they basically are brought together and put into this house for this kind of show where it's called Fun House, where it's like a competition where they have to like compete in these type of things and see who like wins at the end. But right when they get in there, they come to find out though it's like one of those survival things where you actually die. So it's basically you see them like, and if you don't do something right, they end up torching you in this room, and the other contestants have to watch and see the whole thing, and the whole show is being broadcast live on the internet and everything. I like this movie. This is a pretty cool film. But this has on here the behind the scenes on here, as well as the visual effects breakdown. This one. The next one here. This is from Unearthed Films. This is from the Unearthed Classics line. This is one I'm really glad is on Blu-ray. I remember seeing this movie. The first time I saw this one, I remember buying this one at Tower Records. That's a store, though, that I miss so much. That was an amazing store. And I feel like, too, if Tower Records was around now, that would have been a store, too, where they would have had, like, when they have, like, exclusive steelbooks and stuff like that. I feel like Tower would have done exclusive items for certain things. But this is a movie that, like I said, I saw the first time when I bought it at Tower Records. I remember how much it creeped me out. And it's a movie here called Evil Dead Trap, and it's a great movie though about like this TV station going to do like this news story about something that happened in this factory and everything that they're saying about this snuff film that was filmed there, and they're kind of going to investigate it, and they're kind of going into the building. It's one of those things where right when they get in there, it ends up being like someone's coming after them, and it becomes this absolute intense like torture and crazy and super gory film. It is a great movie. Really love the synth music in this movie as well, like great music. But it's an intense film. It has on here a little commentary track on here with the director. It has a commentary track with some filmmakers on here who directed the film Karate Kill and Gun Woman. Commentary track on here, Mudge of East Kicks, reflecting on Japanese cult classic, storyboards, behind the scenes stills, promotional artwork, and as well as trailers on this one. The next one here, this is from 4 Digital Media. This is one here called Ghosts of Chernobyl. And this is basically though about a group of tourists, like these Americans and stuff like that, who are going, and they're doing like kind of like investigation, kind of like found footage kind of thing, like a ghost hunting kind of thing, talking about bad things that happened in the past and everything, and they end up finding their way, into because they're going through the Europe and everything, and they end up basically in Chernobyl, and it's kind of them in there, but it ends up going and having like ghostly type things that end up happening to them in Chernobyl. So they kind of find themselves in there, and they're kind of like having things happening to them, trying to figure out exactly how they're going to get out of the whole thing. And it's basically trapped in Chernobyl. But it's a great setting. I like horror movies that are set in Chernobyl. There's the Chernobyl Diaries, and this one is kind of has a similar kind of vibe to this one here. The next one here is one. This is one I saw years and years back, and this is from Severin Films, and it has the slipcover on this one here as well, like the really cool like kind of hardbound like slipcover for it's a movie here called Cannibal Man, and this one here was basically though about like this guy who works at a as a butcher at this butcher place and everything, and basically something ends up happening, and he gets like this murder and stuff like that, and it kind of makes him go kind of crazy, and he kind of cracks up. That's essentially what it is. It's kind of hard to watch though, because there's like some slaughterhouse footage scenes in here that I don't like, so I skip around that stuff and everything. So some movies when they have those kind of scenes, it kind of takes me out of it. So I don't know. I'm not a big, I don't like a lot of that kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of that in this movie in those scenes. Not like terrible, but it's those things are in there and everything though. But it is a cool movie though. I always remember really liking this one, and it has on here too the extended cut of the film, and as well as the international cut of the movie as well. It has cinema at the margins. Stephen Thrower on here talking about the film. Interview on here with the film scholar, as well as deleted scenes and a trailer on this one. Now the next one's here. There's a whole bunch of releases here from Imprint Films, and these ones are all Australian releases, and these ones are all region free as well. So you guys can watch these ones in any U.S. Blu-ray player. You don't have to have a special player or anything like that for these ones. And the first one here is a really cool hardbound set here. This is called Silver Scream Cinema. This is a 6-movie set here, and it has in here The Phantom Speaks, The Vampire's Ghost, Return of the Ape Man, Valley of the Zombies, She-Devil, and then The Unknown Killer on this one. I'll show you guys a look inside here. And like I said, it's in this cool hardbound case here for them. And inside too, like it's cool too because it's like it's reversible. So like Unknown Terror, and then She-Devil, and then it's like Valley of the Zombies, and then Return of the Ape Man, and then the Vampires, then the Phantom Speaks, and then the Vampire's Ghost. And inside too, it's a double disc in here for each one has the 2 movies on the disc. But a really great set in here, and then also has on here too a card in here which talks about the features that are on here, commentary tracks on here, so a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, a bunch of them have commentary tracks on the films, and then The Phantom Speaks has the bonus 1944 movie The Lady and the Monster on there, as well. But these are really great, early, horror films. They're all from like the periods of from 1944 to 1957 for these ones that are included in this this set here. And then the other really cool set here as well from Imprint Films, from Via Vision as well. This is the Hammer Horrors collection here. This has 4 different films in this set. This is the Hammer Horror 4 Gothic horror films. This has the Countess Dracula, Hands of the Ripper, Twins of Evil, and Vampire Circus. These are all really, really great films. Probably my favorite in there is Twins of Evil. That was one that I always really liked. I'll show you guys though a look inside of here as well for these ones. And then it has here Vampire Circus on here, and some of the features on here. It has a commentary track on here with Kim Newman and Stephen Jones. Has a commentary track on here with film historians, The Bloodiest Show on Earth, The Making of Vampire Circus on here. It has on here though featurettes on the looking back at the film, some interviews on here, Cutting Hammer Horror interview on here with one of the editors. Has a bonus discs, The Flesh and Blood, The Hammer Horror Heritage remastered director's cut with over 40 minutes of bonus features on here as well. Twins of Evil. This is the one that I said was my favorite of all of them. This one here, this has on here feature-wise commentary tracks on here, director's cut of The Flesh and the Fury, exposing the twins of feature film. So it has a feature-length documentary on here. It has on here though visual essay on the film, featurette, Super 8 version of the film, deleted scenes, original theatrical trailer. So lots and lots of features on these releases. Hands of the Ripper. That one has on here some commentary tracks on here. Has the Devil's Bloody Plaything Possessed by the Hands of the Ripper documentary on here. Interview on here with the director. Let's see. Isolated music and effects audio track on here. Original UK and US theatrical trailers and TV spots. And then on Countess Dracula, that one has on here though commentary tracks on here. A documentary on the career of a visual essay on the career of Ingrid Pitt. A visual essay on here by Kat Ellinger. It has on here archival interviews on here, isolated music and effects tracks. So like I said, lots and lots of features here, on this release for this one here. And the next ones I got here are from Viavision as well, and these are also from the Imprint Films line, and these ones are also region-free as well, so you guys don't have to have a special player or anything like that to play these ones. And these ones are all numbered on the side, so it's like 57, 58, 59, and 60. And like I said, these are all from the Imprint Films line. This one here is Stephen King's The Dead Zone, and I always love this movie. This is a great movie, with Christopher Walken, and something ends up happening to him, and he ends up getting into this coma, and when he wakes up, he has the ability to kind of see things and kind of see the future, and if he touches someone, he can kind of see bad things that they have done and all these type of stuff. It is a really, really interesting movie. I have always loved this film. They did a TV series of this film as well. This one has on here, though, feature-wise, a commentary track on here with Stephen Jones and Kim Newman. Look at the past, a documentary on here. Interview on here with the cinematographer and the music producer. Has an interview on here with the composer on here. It has a documentary featuring interviews on here. Dino in the Dark adapting The King of Horror documentary. Has on here, though, a visual essay on the film, 4 featurettes, vintage 1983 interviews on here with David Cronenberg, Deborah Hill, and Martin Sheen. Interview on here with Stephen King, a theatrical trailer, as well on this one. It also has reversible artwork, like the a different poster artwork for this one here as well. Also, the one here, to let you guys know is available, is one here called Hunted. And this one has on here, though, 2 aspects ratios of the film. It also has a commentary track on here with Kim Newman and Stephen Jones. Interview on here with the cinematographer. Interview on here with actor Alex Lowe. Interview on here with the composer. Vintage making of a haunted featurette, as well as a still gallery on this one. Here's a look, though, inside the alternate artwork. And then one here called The Awakening, which is a film which stars Charlton Heston. And this one has on here, though, a commentary track on here with Kim Newman and Stephen Jones. It has on here interview on here with film historian Howard Heft. Interview on here with the orchestrator Nancy Back, as well as a theatrical trailer. And here's, though, a look inside at this one here as well. And then the last one here, and this is actually their edition here. I showed this one at the beginning of the video from Arrow Video, and this is Brides of Satan, their edition here of Brides of Satan. And here's a look, though, at the other artwork for that one. And this one has on here, though, a commentary track on here with Troy Harworth and Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson. It has an Inside LT Productions with author, film historian Justin Humphreys, author and film critic Kim Newman on the Brotherhood of Satan, as well as a theatrical trailer on this one. Then the next one's here. Now these ones are all from Viavision as well. And I'll show you guys, though, a look as well. And these ones, now some of these ones are region locked. The first 2 are region free, so you guys can watch these ones in any US player. But the other ones are all region locked. I'll let you guys know which ones are and everything. And also, too, in the shipping, though, the post people, and stuff, or whatever happened in the shipping, were not kind to these. Not the imprint ones, nothing happened. But every one of these, I'll show you guys, though, they all got broken. So I'm just warning you guys. I want to show you guys these, but the discs got screwed up in the shipping. But this is the first one here, though, is the Alfred Hitchcock's collection here. This is the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, the complete series here, which was an anthology series that he had done, and it was like a horror. It was not all horror. It was like horror, thriller, drama, and all these kind of things where he would present a story, and they all had dealt with things like, murder or something bad had happened, and it was like, him presenting the stories, and it was all, like a series, like an anthology series, like something like The Twilight Zone or Outer Limits and stuff like that. But it was a great series here. But this is the entire series of the show. This is season 1 here. And like I said, though, the discs got like some of them are worse than others. Like this one, it got cracked out here like this. They came out. This one's not that bad. This one was one of the ones I think that you could kind of fix. But you can hear like cracks and stuff like that. Season 2. Here, this one was kind of cracked down here. Whoever, somehow from coming over from Australia, something happened this time to this box, and I don't know what what happened like when it got here, but it must have like it was almost as if someone dropped a bowling ball on the box, like, and because I'm showing you guys like how they kind of cracked, and it's like it's just so weird because the box was packed great, so I don't know what happened when it got over here. And here's like this one, like, see, it's like cracked up here in the top. But this one here is Mike Hummer, the complete series here. This one has the original pilot movies on here as well. This one is region free as well. The other one here, now these ones are all region locked, and this is the complete series here of the show, The Tomorrow People, which I feel like there was like a US version of this show, which I might be totally wrong about that. At some point they had a US version. But this is the, now this one is region locked though, so you guys have to have, this is, what was this locked at? Is at, I can't remember what it was locked at, but in the Australian region, was it, it's in region 4, and it's in the PAL format. So that was why I had to put these ones into the region free player to play these ones, you know, the all region player. So like I said, keep in mind though, these series I'm showing you now, the next 4 are all region locked. So you guys have to be in the region 4 and have a PAL player. But like this one, some of them are okay, but a lot of the discs came out and everything. All the discs were fine though. Luckily enough, nothing got scratched. It was just like everything kind of got like, you know, bumped around in like a weird way, and everything. And when I was like here in the box, I'm like, oh no, everything got like, see, like in here, like it cracked and everything. I've had, you know, things in the past crack, and then I kind of would replace the cases or figure something out. But like this one, it was just like I said, it was like a bowling ball dropped on everything and just like cracked everything in like a bad way. The other one here is this is the British Comedy Classics set. This is region, you know, in the PAL format as well. And this is, it has 2 ones, Up Pompeii PAL and Up the Chastity Belt here, you know, as well. And this one has original theatrical trailer for each film, image galleries, original press books, and scripts in the PDF on the DVD-ROM version here, you know, as well. This one, you know, see, it's all in this spot is where they all kind of cracked. Another one here is called A Pie in the Sky here, and this is the one stars Richard Griffiths, and this is the complete first and second series here of the show. This one has an interview on here with Maggie Steed, filmographies, production notes, picture gallery on here. This one is in the PAL format as well, so just keep that one in mind as well. This case was okay. This one kind of survived a little bit. Now it's like, so you see, like they all kind of like got squiggled up. Like I said, when I was gonna, I want to just explain to you guys all this because it's always weird showing things that are all like kind of messed up and everything. And then the last one here is one here called And Mother Makes 5. And here as well, and this is the complete series here, you know, of the show. This has 4 disc set, includes every episode from series 1 to 4. This one is in the PAL format and region 4 locked, you know, as well for this one here as well. And the last one here, just to let you guys know, was available. This one here is from Cleopatra Entertainment. And this is, you know, Engelbert Humperdinck. I remember I've heard people say his name and I totally forgot how to say it, but this is called Totally Amazing, and this is a bunch of performances on here of his on here, and it also has an interview on here with Engelbert Humperdinck as well as a photo gallery as well on this one, and it includes here too the Blu-ray as well as an audio CD, you know, of the performance. Anyway though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoyed these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. I'll see you guys later. Bye.